Hi guys, so this is Mera from Coriander Lions. So I just actually got finished with a reading, and I was feeling like I've been wanting to do this video. You probably already saw like some variation of this on my channel. I was like, let's kind of do some mock readings. Well, other videos from other readers have been cropping up, and I thought that was very, very, very cool. I actually saw, I want to say it's Fairlight or Fairy Light Tarot. I do believe it's Fairlight. But she did a video doing some readings, I believe, for other people. I have it saved, but I haven't got to watch it yet. And I loved that idea. So I just figured I would do some mock readings. This is the spread that I will be using for all of these mock readings. If you have any questions in the realm of actually wanting them answered, feel free to leave a comment or go to one of my socials and drop me a message, Instagram, Etsy. You can even send me just a general email. I would be more than happy to do a reading for you. This is, I like the idea of what Fairlight Tarot had been doing. And I'm like, I would be more than happy to offer some readings just for nothing but for the practice. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. It is obviously a five card layout. I think it's some variation of the horseshoe spread. I really like it. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Going to shuffle this deck up. Like I said, I just finished a reading, so this deck does need to be shuffled a little bit. So just on the off chance, so let's say we have a couple named Lisa and Tommy, and they have a question about their relationship, like just maybe like where the relationship's going to go. So let's use that. So Lisa and Tommy want to know where the relationship's going to go. So obviously we have past, present, future, what is holding them back, and how to push forward. Okay, so let's start with the past. So we have the King of Coins in the past position. And if anybody hears any noise, it's because I have my window open. It's nice. It's actually a good temperature outside, and I wanted to enjoy the fresh air. So we have the King of Coins in the past position. So this kind of makes me feel that they did or they have a very solid, like, it's not like nobody is ruling over another person. Like they have a solid, stable, they have a good relationship that nobody is like lording anything over the other person. Whatever issues they have feels like, it doesn't feel like they've had a lot of specifically financial trouble, that they right now are in a really good position, or at least they have been in the recent past. So that is a great way, I think, to just like start a relationship where there isn't a lot of issue going forward or coming from the past going from, yes, exactly. So for the present, we have the Four of Batons. So we have the Four of Wands here. So there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of passion. There we go. I knew I'd find the word. So the relationship, again, it feels very passionate. this gives me this feeling that maybe they recently moved in together. I think that's really what I get with this King of Coins, especially. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I just made these people up. So we have, going into the future, the Queen of Swords. So there's a lot of patience in the Queen. There's a lot of, sorry, I dropped a card. There's a lot of also, I feel like, nurturing. And the fact that it's the Queen of Swords, again, I feel like this is a very fair relationship, that issues that crop up are dealt with together, not by pointing fingers. So their future is very much looking bright. You have a king in the past and you have a queen in the future. Now, that doesn't even, for me, that doesn't feel like we're, so yeah, king in the past, queen in the future. So going forward, we have a lot more of that, like, again, that nurturing, that kind of growing. So for me, it feels like their future is just going to expand, whether that is adding something else to the family, like a baby or a dog or something. Whatever is going on in their future that it will be coming at them, they will be facing it with confidence, I think. So the next one is, what might be holding them back? We have the Eight of Cups. So that's an emotions card for what might be holding you back. That's not that it's actually pretty understandable. So there is a lot of things advancing. The fact that we have 2 cups and this being a relationship, I would see those 2 cups as being the partners in this relationship, and then the things that they have to deal with. They should not be, like I said, they should not be dealing with these things separately. And that might be the problem, is that King of Coins, that Queen of Swords, that gives me that feeling that they are both very pig-headed kind of people. And they might be trying to take on each other's issues. Like, well, she has this mechanics payment and I'm just gonna like sneakily go pay for it. Or something else is going on. Maybe one of them is in school and the other one works, or they both work and somebody else is doing this and the other one's doing that. And it's like they're trying to outdo each other in what they do more. Like, no, let me do it. You've done so much today. And then they're just kind of like fighting over these small things that if they were to work together, they would be getting a lot farther, instead of like they're hindering each other, instead of trying to do the things. They're trying to hinder each other. So emotionally, they could be doing the same thing. It's very much a so they're hindering each other. So how do we push forward? We use the Page of Swords, and I think it's very much about communication. It's very much about being more open with their emotions. If they are unintentionally trying to hinder each other by not communicating, the best thing they can do is by communicating, by maybe bringing in a third party, somebody that doesn't have a lot of stock in it. I wouldn't go to a direct parent or like the best friend. I would go to somebody that they trust, but also somebody that's not as somebody that doesn't know everything. They're just kind of like a third party that isn't as entrenched as close friends and family would be. So that could be a therapist if they feel like that is necessary. It could also be a priest if they're more apt to that, or just a family friend. That's usually what most people do. But now I draw out my Oracle deck and I draw some more cards. So let's see what other energies we have for Tommy and Lisa. I had to think about that for a second of who I was using for this. And a plane's going by. we're going to draw cards. Okay. So let's start with here with the King of Coins. Like I said before, this relationship was very like enlightening almost. It was very much this excitable thing. And the fact that we have the Joy card and the Sun, it's like, yes, we have a lot of bright spots going forward. There's a lot of bright enjoyment that we've gotten in the recent past from, and this card kind of adds into that feeling like we've made this move together, like we've just moved in, or we've like really solidified something here as we go into that present. So we've just kind of solidified something here with this King and this Joy card, and now we're moving into this present with this four of batons and this Kindness card. So it's, again, there's a lot of stability and energy building, but it's also kind of, so the fact that we have the Kindness card, so it is a polar bear, but this Kindness card also talks about icebergs and about things on the surface aren't always everything that's visible. Like there could be like a huge unknown beneath the surface. So yes, things might be outwardly stable, but there's also that underlying, and I definitely come back to that Eight of Cups, seeing this card, that there's more to it. And going forward, there has to be a little bit of kind of this awareness, I feel like. So this Queen of Swords, yes, it's nurturing, and the fact that we have the Love card added onto that is, you know, they always say that love conquers everything. And I think whatever issues that are possibly being ignored or not stated, or things that outside of these two people that aren't known, can be dealt with. But it's also, again, being the fact that we have the future and the pushing, how to push forward, are both swords, makes that a very interesting kind of concept. Again, it's pushing through with love. If you love somebody, you're going to persevere. And that's, I think, the biggest part of Lisa and Tommy's relationship, is that loving that person means being there. So I'm going to leave that, and we're going to go down to this Eight of Cups. So unconditional. I come back to that. Let me fix everything for you. It's unconditional love. Again, back to that Love card, that unconditional. It's very much less about fixing things for everybody and letting them make mistakes. So how are they being held back? By trying to fix everything for their partner. That's very much what I'm seeing with this, is don't be the one that's like right there to pick them up as soon as they even stumble. It's, hey, let them fall, and then be there to say, hey, let me help you back up. Let me tend to those bruises and that scraped knee or whatever it might be. Just don't coddle them. Don't coddle your partner. And then what do we have here in this pushing forward? Limitless. We have this beautiful, beautiful unicorn. We have that with the Page of Swords. It's, yes, we have limitless. The page is all about beginnings. It's all about seeing the horizon and being like, I can reach that. It's about limitless possibilities. It's about not telling yourself that this is only as far as you're going to get. It might be how far you can get at the present moment, or in this job, or in this hobby, because it maybe doesn't interest you anymore. There's a limit to some things, but it's also knowing that that particular limit means that in other ways you are limitless. It's about saying, okay, this didn't work, but what if I try something else? It's about having that partner to maybe bounce ideas off of. And that's what I think. I think how Lisa and Tommy might fix their relationship and be able to get through into this Queen of Swords and this Page of Swords and this love and this Limitless card is not by fighting against their partner, but by helping their partner and being that help and telling their partner that things are not limited, that there are limitless possibilities. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear the board, and we're going to do one more. Okay, so we have cleared the board. We have given this a cursory shuffle, and we are going to go on to a different lady and a different reading. So I'm going to do a career reading for Sadie. So we're going to see what's going on for her career-wise. I don't know what she does, but that usually doesn't matter for the people that I read. They're just like, I need a career reading or I need a relationship reading. And they just kind of give me some basic information and we go from there. So we're going to do this. We're going to use the same layout that we did. So we're going to give this a good shuffle. And we're going to see what's going on with Sadie's career. That feels pretty good. Okay, let's go see what's going on with Sadie's career. Okay. All right. So let's start with first the Two of Swords here in the past. So we've just had to make a decision, I think, about our career. Maybe about if we were taking a promotion or if we were going to change jobs. Whatever it was very, very important because, and it was very important because this Knight of Batons, this Knight of Batons really makes me feel like this was a very important thing. I think that she might have made a change in her job because we have this Knight of Batons. Knights are all about taking action, but it's also the batons. It's not a swords or a cups or a pentacles. It's a batons. So I think whatever choice that she recently made was more to do with her passions and very much about her career because that's very much where the batons fall in. So yes, we had to take some action, or we are taking some action where it comes with our career. So to me, this kind of says, yeah, she had a choice to make, and it's one that maybe recently cropped up or one that she just recently made. But now it's kind of like, okay, now we're following through with that choice. We are deciding, okay, what action are we taking? The fact that we have the 10 of coins here kind of tells me that I feel like we're letting go of the job. I feel like we are letting go of a job that maybe we did enjoy, but wasn't offering us as much as we wanted, wasn't offering us as much as it could have. And maybe we are kind of taking a financial hit. We might be taking a little bit of that, but what it could mean is really here. It's we are focusing more on the passion of the reason behind it. We aren't just we might be making this a little bit hasty. And yeah, we're probably losing a little bit financially, but if we don't find that spark in our job anymore, what's kind of the point? So what might be holding her back? It's the thought of maybe being without a job or maybe again taking that financial hit. So that could very well be kind of like that not denial, but kind of the regret of this choice. So why is that holding her back? Because she regrets it. And a lot of people, when they regret things, they might just kind of like ignore them. And she could maybe saying, I don't, I should go ask for my job back, or I'm not going to do anything and I'm just going to hide in my room or in my bed, or, I'm just going to clean my house, or I'm going to do all these other things, or maybe I'm going to go on a shopping spree if she's more inclined to that, and then regret that decision because of whatever other things are on her mind. So I feel like what's holding her back is the regret. So how do we push forward through that possible regret with the Justice card? Now, the Justice card is all about balance. That's what she is. It's all about, I think, even consequence. This card specifically feels like we're dealing with the consequences of our action. And I think that's really what this whole thing is yeah, she did kind of take a hit. And it's something that she's regretting. And now the consequence is she might be completely out of money. She might be, you know, financially losing like huge amounts of money because maybe she lives in her own place and she's got a bunch of bills to pay, or, she's already like lost her job and now she's, possibly going to be homeless or has to move back with family, and that might not even be in the same state. But it's a matter of finding balance. So it's a matter of, yes, dealing with the consequences and kind of accepting them as they are. So how do we push forward? It's letting those consequences be a guide to what we do now. It's realizing that, okay, we may be screwed up, or we made maybe one of the best decisions that we could, and making the best of those decisions. Okay, so what have we got going? So we have manifest. So yes, um, this kind of gives me this feeling that whatever choice she made or whatever choice was being offered was something that she had been wanting, manifesting, even possibly like, I really don't like this job. I really want to be able to maybe take my hobby and turn it into a living. And I think that's very much what she has done is she has manifested this opportunity, this thing that says I can do this. And it's also acceptance of, here in this present card, it's acceptance of the action that she's already taken or the action that she is currently taking. It's acceptance of, this is something I've wanted, I've made this choice, now I kind of have to live with it. It's the bed I've made, I have to lie in it. It's also forgiving yourself, forgiving herself, and most likely this case of, yeah, I might have taken a hit, but look what the possible gain is. It was maybe a job that we didn't enjoy. It was a career that was really going nowhere. And it's kind of just telling ourselves that this is a 50-50 chance of not being a great choice, but it's one that's already been done. And now I kind of have to just take the hit, take the, not being angry at yourself. So we have this 10 of Swords. So we have abundance. So this is the what is holding her back. It's again that regret, regret, but at the same time realizing with this abundance card that if you feel confident in saying I am worth more than what I was being given, then you are 10 times better off where you are now than where you were before you had left this job, where Sadie had left this job. We also have here with grounded and how we're pushing forward. It's, yes, again, dealing with those consequences, but also, pulling yourself up by your shoelaces or your bootstraps or whatever it might be, and telling yourself, okay, I made this decision. It's something that is going to be hard, but look at the opportunity that it's giving. And I think that's very much where this abundance is we're so focused on the negative things that regret probably is giving us that we're not realizing how lucky we are that we can be better, that something like this could give us such a confidence boost, that we could be really, really great if we just walked, let's say it's let's say just a change of clothes and a pair of heels, and we decided to stretch out on our own in a specific field where you really have to wear those those women power suits, and you feel like a scared child in them, but you walk up to somebody and you introduce yourself and you do it confidently. That's where that abundance is. Yes, on the inside you're absolutely screaming that you're absolutely terrified and this is going to fail, but having that little bit of confidence is the thing that's going to let you go forward with that. And it's again with that grounded card of just like, do the thing, do it, and you'll be just fine because you have plenty going for you and you're able to forgive yourself. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Those are kind of two very different kind of readings using the same spread. But I hope you guys enjoyed these mock spreads and going through them with me. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay, thanks. Bye.